welcome back to the Basement Gun Shop. So I want to go off topic again and just talk about being prepared. We're coming on to the winter months. It's October. Hell, a year and a half ago we had a major snowstorm on Halloween, October 30th. So, how to get prepared for that? Well, we all have to travel, we all have to work, we all have to run errands, we go shopping, we do this, that, and the other. So, what do you do if someone's out and about and they run off the road? Oddly enough, what started me thinking about this was my girlfriend, Dawn, was out running errands after working all night long. She worked a 12-hour from 7 at night till 7 in the morning. Didn't have a chance to charge her phone before she left. And I started thinking, if something were to happen, she were to have an accident, run off the road, whatever, would she have the necessary tools at her disposal to deal with the situation? Kind of dark subject matter, but you know, it never hurts to be prepared. So I started putting together, it's not finished, but I started putting together a kit that she could keep in the trunk of her car, to where if something really bad happened, she would have a way to take care of herself. So what do I have? Well, right here is an Ozark Trail 36 can expandable top soft-sided cooler. Now, it's not completely soft-sided. There is a plastic bucket in there which keeps it at least semi-water resistant, and it's got a ton of pockets, but we're not so much talking about the cooler as what's inside of it. So in here we have, in a Ziploc bag, we have 3 emergency blankets in case something were to happen while she was out with both the boys. They could at least stay warm. We have a couple of glow sticks, light. We have hand warmers, emergency flares. We have 2 kind of like survival tools, a whistle with a compass and a striker on it. I don't know if you can hear that rattle. There's some stick matches, waterproof stick matches in there. This is another interesting little survival tool with, it's like one of those all-in-ones. It's got a magnifying glass, it's got a compass, it's got a knife edge screwdriver, all kinds of neat little things that you might actually need. Not a big fan of stuff like that, but there have been times when I've needed something and had to improvise. So having one of these all little multi-tools, it works. There's also a first aid kit. One of the things I look for in a first aid kit is the inclusion of at least 1 pack of Quick Clot. That's the stuff where if you have, you know, a major laceration and you're bleeding heavily, dumping Quick Clot on it is roughly akin to welding it shut. I've heard people who actually had to use it describe it as somebody welded the cut closed. I don't know what's actually in Quick Clot, but I do know that it works, and it works very well. So I always look for inclusion of Quick Clot in a first aid kit. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here. 4x4s, bandages, an ACE wrap, alcohol pads, sting relief, you know, minor stuff. This is not going to get you through, you know, a traumatic amputation. But it will get you through some really bad stuff if you need it. And then finally, the last thing in here is a radio. This is a Baofeng UV5R Plus, and it is programmed with police and fire channels. And it can transmit on this. Now, in a previous video, I warned about doing exactly that. But you have to look at the circumstances I'm thinking about. For example, Dawn hits a patch of ice in the middle of the night. She's somewhere with both the boys. She drives off the road and her cell phone's dead or gets smashed in the accident. God forbid anything like that would happen to her and the boys. But if it were to happen, she could pull this out, get on a police channel, and transmit. And she would be heard by the police. You know what? At that point, I don't care about the fines she's going to have to pay. I'll pay them. The fact of the matter is, she can get herself help quick, fast, and in a hurry by pulling this out, turning it on, getting on the right channel, and keying up the mic. So that's one of the things that you have to weigh the pros and cons. To me, I would rather have her rescued safe and sound and fined $10,000 than out off the road somewhere, unable to walk, with an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. Okay? You understand what I'm getting at. No need to belabor the point. So this is just a quick little thing on being prepared. Think about the worst case. A lot of people who prep, they think about the house or their shelter-in-place location, or their bug-out location, or their bug-out plan, or this, that, and the other. But what happens if someone's away from your location and something bad happens? How do they communicate? How do they take care of themselves? How do they stay warm? How do they get light? How do they get in contact with someone? I also said in a previous video, these Baofeng UV5R Pluses, they're fantastic little radios for the money. Great battery life when they're put in storage. The one thing you have to understand is, or remember, is that you can't just drop this in the kit and expect someone to know how to use it. You can't set it up for them and expect them to know how to use it. Okay? So you got to show them. You got to educate. Open their eyes. Educate them. This is what you need to do. So there's also a lot of things that could be included in here, but right now in the summer months, flares, a whistle, you know, a survival whistle to notify people, hey, I'm over here, something to that effect, a compass, a little glow stick. I don't know why there's only one in here. There should be more. You know, these are just things that I've included in the kit that I keep in Dawn's car. Now that the winter months are coming along, as other things come to mind, I'll include them in here as well, which is another reason I picked up this soft-sided cooler to do just that. It's got plenty of room. Even with, you know, everything that was in there, there's still plenty of room in there to add more stuff. So, you know, that's just something to think about. So, and I'm definitely inviting viewer comments on this. If you have a similar kit in your car, do me a favor. Post a video response, post in the comments what you include in your kit. Anyone else who's going to see this, they might find something in their area, in their kit that they overlooked that you have in yours that would be fantastic for them to have. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen the radio communications I did, earlier, these UV5R Pluses, actually the upgraded model of this, the UV5R Pro, it's only $32 from Amazon. 32 bucks for this little radio right here. So, functionality for money, fantastic deal. At least I think so. Okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought them. I'm not in the habit of buying cheap stuff or buying garbage. I definitely live by you get what you pay for. But if you're looking to put a kit together like this, these things well worth the money. So that's just my little thing on the road preparedness, for lack of a better term. Some of you may be asking yourselves, oh, this is Basement Gun Shop, why isn't there a gun in there? I'm not going to leave a gun in a car. My girlfriend, she has a carry permit. She does. So that end of it's already covered. That's on her person. This is not a violent encounter, not a survival situation where it's the little woman protecting herself or the boys against some scumbag or a rabid animal. This is just drives off the road, slides off the road in an accident, needs help immediately. Does she have the tools to survive and keep herself safe and get help? So that's the big one. So, like I said, if you've got something similar in your vehicle and you don't mind sharing the information, by all means, post a list of what you carry in your car kit below. If you like the channel, like it, subscribe, even better. And until next time, stay safe and keep shooting.